Hey, Vinny Melkus Outdoors. Today we're going to take a little step away from fishing and do a video on shooting. I've done some in the past, particularly safety aspects of firearm handling firearms and whatnot. But today I want to talk about a firearm that helps get kids into shooting. And I used to have this firearm, or me and my brother kind of shared it, and we used to take a prairie dog in and maybe shoot a coyote or two with it. But getting kids into firearms and shooting and hunting and stuff is paramount, especially for the outdoors community. Ooh, drop the water. But one, it teaches them, it gets them out in God's country, right? It also teaches them discipline and gives them a positive hobby, as opposed to like sitting around playing video games or God knows what on TikTok. So firearms is one of those good things that, one, it is a tremendous amount of power, but it also helps develop responsibility, discipline, and some other various great aspects to life, you know. But anyway, let's get into it. So if you're thinking about, if you have a kid, it's roughly, you know, in early, I don't know, under 10, and you've already started them with BB guns and pellet guns or whatnot, and they're ready to take that next step, you might want to look at this. This firearm here, I'll just show it to you. This is the Cricket, made by KSA. You can find these things. Let me step back so you can see this thing. It's very, very compact, light, a little bit heavier than the average pellet gun or whatnot, but it is the perfect size for a small kid to handle. It also is very simplistic in its operating system. It's a straight bolt, single shot. It also has a cocking firing mechanism. Very simplistic. You can teach the kid how all the operating characteristics of a basic firearm. It also has iron sights that can be adjusted. You can teach them about aiming, sight picture, sight alignment. With that cocking mechanism, you can teach them about safeties. You can teach them about trigger pull. One, the size of this thing allows them to manipulate it, have proper hold, and get that, you know, cheek to weld stock. The cheek to weld stock, you know, they can actually aim instead of utilizing some of the larger rifles, and they kind of have to, you know, kind of get awkward on it. Even a 10-22 or Ruger 10-22 is a little bit big for, like, even my daughter's 8. And it's a little bit harder for her to develop good habits with such a large rifle. But with this thing, I'm able to teach her all the things you would teach an adult. Proper handling of firearms, just proper technique. And if anything, you get something like this, and you let them walk around with the bolt open for a little while, so they get used to carrying a firearm that has, you know, a little bit heavier than a BB gun. You teach them the safety rules. Then you can introduce them slowly, and with a single shot. How I do it is I just have her set up how she's supposed to, in a good stable firing position. And then I go ahead and just put a bullet in there, and I let her cock it, or let her send that bolt home. And then I let her cock this little thing back, and then they're good to go. Let me just dry fire that. Anyway, so you can see that this is just one, you don't have to get the pink color. I mean, there's all kinds of colors. Go to they sell this thing at Walmart for like $120 something to $130. And of course, I get like a 500 box at 22 shells last forever. But it's just a great little firearm for kids. You teach them, you know, like I said, all the various aspects of it, how to clean it. Like, she needs to clean this. She took this off. She's meaning to clean it. Make her clean it, because it's part of also owning firearms, keeping it clean. You know, you got to take that kind of responsibility. So it teaches them a lot of life lessons with it. So it's a good time. I mean, this is a good rifle to get. And one of the cool things about this one, so if you look on here, what she really liked, granted this is pink, it says like my first rifle. And it has a little Jiminy Cricket dude on here. And then on here, the stamp when it was manufactured. So I got this one. Actually, I got this one almost 3 years ago, but it was for her birthday. So it was manufactured in 19. So yeah, it was 2 years ago. It was just during COVID. Anyway, so made by KSA, call it the Cricket, and I used to call it a squirrel gun, but you know, it has a little cricket on there. But it's actually a really good gun for prairie dog and shooting maybe some small coyotes. Or if you do squirrel hunt, I mean, it'll take them. It's fair. I mean, once you dial this in, the sight is just a little screw. Once you use that rear aperture, you can line it. It's actually fairly accurate rifle. 22 long rifle, so it's no kick or anything. You can, like I said, it's really good when you have a kid and he can shoot this and there's no kick. You get him in the right habits, the right way to trigger pull, the follow through, and he doesn't develop bad habits early, or he or she. So like I said, excellent rifle, easy on the pocketbook, and it's a great gift. I'll leave it there. We're going to get into some fishing stuff this next video because it is fall. And from what I hear, things are popping off everywhere. We have that first cold front, and it is just happening across the country from people that I've heard. You have shad moving around. You have bait fish moving around. Various, whatever it is, not even just shad, but Cisco's, whatever, gizzards, threadfins. Everything's moving because you're having lakes that are you're getting that first cold snap, and you're having fish react as well. This is a time of the year where, I mean, we'll get into the next video, some of the stuff that I throw and some of the stuff that I pull out that I might throw a little bit throughout the summer, but I really get it revved up for fall and winter. Anyway, I appreciate if you like and subscribe and support me as we're growing, and I'd like to do more stuff, but I need that support from the people that do watch this stuff. So I appreciate it. Talk to you later.